is a tough injury. I mean, it is. But I just would never count him out, just knowing who he is. And he's working. He is progressing, but I can't give you a timeline. And I don't know. I don't know if he'll have the time to get there. But if anybody could, it's him.
Clarity on any of your IR guys in terms of their ability to return. I know Jalen, I think, is in his window where he's good, and then Enzo, Rakestraw, Iffy, or maybe next week, any of those guys are maybe going to be able to return to practice here soon.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have that conversation about Rakestraw and Iffy next week, because that'll be through their 4-week period. Alex, we feel like is on pace towards the end of this season. It could be the last game. It may not be till the playoffs, but we feel good about getting him back. I think Khalif's probably in that boat, probably where Alex is at. And then, Jalen, he's better. Jalen Reeves-Maven is better. But it's just slow going right now. So I don't really know where he could be, or, there is a chance we get him in a few weeks. There's a chance we don't. So it's just kind of, it's just where we're at.
You put it on the offense, understanding where you were with the defense, not knowing how much health you're going to get on the defense side. Is it sustainable, realistic to keep putting it on the offense the way you had to and going forward, just being,
I think every week you got to do what you feel like gives you the best chance to win, and where do you feel your best matchups are at, and where are your best players at, and so, man, I haven't had a chance to just deep dive Buffalo yet and see where they're at. They traditionally are a very good defense. They fly around. They play sound, disciplined football. They always have. That's how Coach McDermott coaches, and so. We'll just have to see, but we'll do whatever it takes to win the game. I mean, we'll, whatever we need to. Now, that being said, like I said, we put ourselves in some of the situations we were in offensively. There's things we can do so much better, and just clean up a few things. And then defensively, hey, it was, okay, we got some new guys. Just give us everything you got and finish. That's the stipulation. Okay, well, so now we need to take it a step further. Okay, now that we're, you guys are laying it on the line, you're finishing now, we got to start getting a grasp of what we're doing defensively and take the next step into, the detail part of this, and to where we don't have a few plays that hurt us. So, look, our defense will, depending on who we have here, we're going to be better than we were last week. I believe that, and whether we don't get anybody back or not, this will be another week in the system with, Adams and Miles Adams and Jonah and Quan and so I know that, they'll be better, but we'll do whatever we have to win the game.
Off the top, Terry got playing maybe his best game. What is it about him turning the corner, just having more experience that he's starting to?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, we're getting to that time of the year, and honestly, what happens with a lot of rookies, especially guys you're counting on, unfortunately, some of them start to take a nosedive because, this is where their season begins to dip down. It's over. But then the other ones who hang in there, man, they really start taking flats. What St. Brown did his rookie year, right? He started to take off. Once we hit November, December, he started to gain strength. Sewell did the same thing. Mac did the same thing. And I feel like that's where Arnold's at. He's starting to push through this, and he's gaining enough valuable reps, experience. He's not letting the grind of the season weigh him down, and he's getting better.
Won a game yesterday. You guys are playing these high-leverage games with your NFC North opponents. I guess, is there a benefit to playing these games against teams that have very few losses? And have you ever really seen anything like this where it's just three teams this good?
Hey, yo, the lies so that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, canvas open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like lots of sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes wet. Focus on the mental, never lose like a smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose what I get to, never lose smooth on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we running it, maybe. We just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision and pay me, it's never this way. We indigenous, maybe we winning, it's crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity. It's your opportunity. Your opportunity. Your opportunity. Your opportunity. It's your opportunity. Your opportunity. Your opportunity. Your opportunity. It's your opportunity. Your opportunity. Your opportunity. Your opportunity.
Yeah. Welcome one, welcome all, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Lion Villain Report, and I am your host, Russell Wayne, and I am broadcasting live. I am learning all of this stuff right now. We are broadcasting live into the Villain Squad Facebook page right there, where we have over 60,000 followers right there, and we want to thank you. I'm sitting here in my studio right now with my bottle of Kavaki and some lady friends, and I wanted to congratulate the Villain Squad for getting to 60,000 followers. That's fantastic. And what is a Packer? What is a Packer exactly? Anyway, we are broadcasting live into Joe Chap's YouTube page and his Twitter page, and I am trying to still figure some stuff out here. Can I go here? Oh, no, I can't do that. Let's go here. I need to stop the screen sharing. No, I need to. I am trying to figure this out. How about here? No, not here. Right here. Let's put something else in here. We're broadcasting live into the JC Sports Network. We are broadcasting live into our own YouTube page, which is at Lions Villain Squad. And today is the Hump Day preview right here. And I want to say hello to everybody here. So I'm trying to get into the chat. I can do the overlay part right here. Good morning to Dwayne. Good morning, Jake Bakes, Jack Fox. Can you guys hear me? I didn't even ask that. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? We got to play smart, man. Good morning, Russell and the Villain Squad. What's your injury status for the Bills? Give me a comment in there if you can hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. I want to make sure that we got everything first and foremost here. And I am still trying to figure out how to get out of this video mode right here with my opportunity. Right there. Okay, everybody can hear me, which is good. And what am I doing? All right. I'm going to figure this out. This is bothering me. Get myself in there. I can't remove this other thing that I started with my share screens. No, it wasn't from my share screens. Cancel that. All right. Well, I need to put something else in there, maybe. Maybe I could put an image in there instead. Let's try that. Can I put faith, family, and football in there? Yes, I can. That'll work for the time being. So let's see. So the Lions are playing the Bears or the Bills this week. The Lions, with only one loss on the season, we got some injury guys coming back. So as I'm going through all of these things, is Dan's aggressiveness going to get the best of him, or is he going to be able to pull out another victory against a good team? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What do you think the final score is going to be? And if you love the Detroit Lions, give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm still trying to figure out some of the stuff on here. I apologize to everybody for how bad this is going to be in the first couple of shows while I'm trying to figure out all of the restream stuff right here. All right, the chat goes over here. All right, now we got in there. Faith, family, and then football. Believe in Brad and Dan. Scotty Bivens is in the house. That's another thing, too, is can you hear my drops? Can you hear the drops in the background? Can you hear Kirk Cousins in the background? In my opinion, hell yeah. In my opinion, if we weren't running the practice squad defense with the Packers, I don't think that DC would have been as aggressive. The odds were in the favor for our elite offense. I appreciate that comment right there. Awesome. I love it. All of my little friends are out there. Drops are coming through. See, maybe that was the whole thing. Maybe that was the whole thing. Because I couldn't hear anything before. So I might have to mess with Restream even a little bit more while I figure this stuff out. But it looks like the audio stuff was a StreamYard thing. Because I've been racking my brain with this for weeks. Dwayne Keene says it's going to be 38-27. I like that. I definitely like that. Let me get these backgrounds in here. Man, I am way off of my game today. But we are going to figure this out. All right. I guess I can add scenes. Okay, there we go. There we go. Man, I'm learning more and more by the day. And this one can be the excellent. But I do love having the chat over here where you guys can see all of your stuff. And StreamYard had issues yesterday. Thousands of podcasters were affected. Okay, I don't feel crazy, but this isn't just something that's been going on for a little bit for me. This is something that's been going on for I haven't been able to use my podcast machine in a couple weeks. So Randy says he wants an injury update. Where are we at? So injuries update is right now it looks like we may be able to get a couple of these guys back. Where is my injury slide? Where are you at, injury slide? Did I not bring it in? I mean, he's been finding ways to overcome the injuries, but it looks like there's a good chance that we could get Taylor Decker, Josh Pascal, Levi Onwuzurike, and DJ Reader back. And if you were listening to Brad Holmes, or if you were listening to what Dan Campbell was saying at the beginning, there's a chance within the next couple weeks we're going to get Alex Anzalone. Khalif Raymond's going to come back. There's a possibility that we could get Derek Barnes back from injury. To give you, I'll go into, who I like to go to is the Pride of Detroit injury reports. And there we go. And the latest news. So here's what I'll say. Right here. First, we got a list of people who are on injured reserve, not eligible to return, guys that we will not see. There's a list of guys on there. You probably know a couple of them, but nothing, Antoine Green's on there, offensive tackle, Connor Gavin. None of those guys are going to come back. Injured reserve, not expected to return at all, is Marcus Davenport, Kyle Pecco, Mekhi Wingo, and Malcolm Rodriguez are not listed to return at all. Injured reserve that could return. Number 1, Alex Anzalone is eligible to return week 16 versus the Bears. So not this week, but next week. So Alex Anzalone broke his forearm against the Jaguars, and he's expected to be back for the playoffs. Yes, the playoffs. Khalif Raymond, eligible to return week 17 versus the 49ers. Raymond suffered a foot injury versus the Colts. Campbell lumped Raymond and Alex Anzalone both together, suggesting that they both could be back before the end of the regular season. Barnes tore his Derek Barnes tore his MCL, PCL in week 3 versus the Cardinals. He remains a long shot to return this year, but speaking to the media in November, he didn't dismiss the idea entirely, one day at a time, but he's eligible to return at any time. Jalen Reeves-Maybin, he suffered a neck injury in week 9. Campbell was a little less optimistic about Jalen Reeves-Maybin. They did go out and get, I think it's Ezekiel Turner. Turner's playing good in the last game, and he's more of the special teams kind of guy, and Turner fills that role for right there. But we don't expect to have Jalen Reeves-Maybin back. John Kaminsky. They're saying that his return is looking more like it could be like a playoff type of thing, but we could get John Kaminsky back. And then of course Aiden Hutchinson. And Aiden Hutchinson's way ahead of schedule. Go figure. We were talking about that yesterday, if we wanted to get Aiden Hutchinson back. And I'm like, hell yeah, I want to get Aiden Hutchinson back. And I don't want to rush him back. But if he's got the will and determination to turn, a 4-month injury into a 3-month injury, do it up, man. I mean, at this point, the bone is healed already. You just got to learn how to, function with a steel rod in your leg. Not gonna worry about the injury getting worse or anything like that. I mean, it is what it is. He's Wolverine now. He's freaking Wolverine. Got a titanium rod made out of adamantium. Adamantium rod in his leg. And he's just got to learn how to walk now. You got to relearn. That's the biggest challenge. It isn't, overcoming the fact that his leg fell off. It's learning how to walk on that again, getting over the mental part of it. And what's the strongest part of Aiden Hutchinson's game is the dude is a rock. He's a rock mentally. So let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think. Who do we got? The injury updates. What's the story on Mosley? Okay, Mosley's supposed to be playing this week. That was one I just kind of left off the radar right there, Randy. Good call out. Yeah, Mosley, he's been practicing for the last couple of weeks. He played a couple special team snaps in the Indianapolis Colts game. And, there's some other guys that were a little high on the depth chart there, and they take that depth chart thing seriously. Mosley's working his way back. So I don't think it's his injury as much as it is they're working him in. And I think he'll be a great addition. He'll be playing this week. I believe that he will be out there this week. Mark says we lose this one, then get revenge and win against them in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I won't concede to any matchup. I think that the Lions are just one of those teams. The way we're built. They just gave up 44 points, right? To Matt Stafford. I like their offense over there in LA, but it ain't better than our offense. Our offense is so dynamic. So when it comes to the Bills, I love Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen might score a lot of points against us. Can you agree with that? I can concede that if we're going to do this and the Lions are going to win this game, that's going to be a high scoring affair. And I don't see that Bills defense is somebody that's just all of a sudden going to stop this Lions offense. So offensively, I expect us just to be able to run the ball on them right down their throats, be able to open up the play action, be able to open up the full complement of the Lions offense in this game. To me, if you can get the defense to go out there and get, if you can get Josh Allen to be playing from behind a little bit. And I do think that they'll take chances on defense to try to get him to make a mistake, because Josh Allen can throw 3 interceptions in a game. He can have those Jared Goff kind of meltdowns. Everybody's scared. Oh, what's going to happen? Jared Goff's going to throw 5 picks again. Yeah, he might. But so might Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a guy that you can get to. And this is MVP talks all the way. MVP Goff going to put some serious numbers up this week. It's my quarterback. Love it.
Playoffs?
Yeah. Lions clinched a playoff spot already. That's crazy to me. It's like, usually when we get to this time of year, it's like my clock was so used to, getting ready to talk about some draft picks. And they've built something here. Brad Holmes has built something that we can be proud of here. We're talking about a team that, I think goes up against the best teams in the league. The Lions are favored against the Bills. And I know that we got them at home, and that's usually, a 1-point favorite is usually, that's kind of an even thing. But, we're even against one of the best teams in football. And And to think that the majority of the people that think that the Lions are a better team than the Bills. And we are a better team than the Bills. Better team than the Bills. Team. That's the operative word here is team. The Lions have a deep team of very talented players. Josh Allen might be the most impactful player on either side. I'll give them that. Josh Allen is dynamic and he's going to do Josh Allen stuff. But the Lions team is better. You know, we're just breaking down defensive line versus defensive line. You know, with the guys that the Lions are getting back. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. So when we're looking at the Bills and we're looking at the Lions, let me see if I can do this right. Get these guys right next to each other. Let me see. I'm working new stuff here. I got the screen share. Let's do the PFF. Can I do it right? Can he do it? There we go. Okay, so I got some different things that I can do here. All right, which one's better there? Oh, that's got my face too close. There we go. I'll put me in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Right here. But here's the PFF of what we're looking at here. The Detroit Lions at a 93 overall. And PFF loves the shit out of the Lions with a lot of our players. But let's look at this Baltimore team on the offense. You know, they've had some bad games. They've had some teams that were able to, it looks like, fluster them. You know, they got a couple losses on here. A couple times where you're looking at the overall performance, and the New York Jets, they didn't have a good performance and lost. The Rams, did some damage to them. And on offense, you know, they got you got Josh Allen, and then you got some guys that are okay. You know, Shakur, 457 snags, Amari Cooper. I mean, it looks like you got some good skill position guys. Dalton Kincaid. But, you know, you got Josh Allen, you know, especially being able to run the football. This team needs some different things, but Josh Allen makes that whole offense work. So it's kind of like Josh Allen versus the Lions. You know, let's see what they look like on defense. They got some super duper people on defense. They got some okay players on the edge. according to PFF. You know, and I love like those guys, Solomon and Benford's a good cornerback. Elam's a good cornerback. Von Miller. But then there's a drop off. They got a couple good players on defense, but this is where we can get them. See all that yellow? You got some players that you can exploit on this defense. I mean, especially when their two best players match up really good against our two best players. When you think about it, right? I mean, let's look at that. When you look at our players, we look at all these players that we have in the green on defense. We got really, really good players when you just spreading them out all over the place, you know, and we got tackling machines. I mean, you go down, what is that, 16 deep before you get out of the 70s when it comes to tackling. Our guys tackle. We know how to tackle. I think that's going to be really big in this game is that the Lions continue to tackle well. But when you look at our offense, this is where the big, I mean, we should be able to dominate these guys. Our best players are linemen. Zeitler, Sewell, and Ragnow. Talk about run it to the right side. And even Taylor Decker, they're on the left side. Now, Graham's not having his best year on the offensive line, but our best players are offensive linemen. And then you got good skill players, you know, Gibbs, Goff, you know, Jamison Williams, Tim Patrick. All those players are playing good, but I think it's in big in part because for one, that right side is locked up. I mean, especially in the run game, but even in the pass game, Zeitler, Sewell, Decker, Ragnow, you know, all these guys are our best players. And then run blocking, it's over. You want to know why we went for it on 4th and 1? Because they knew they could run the ball to the right side, and there ain't a damn thing anyone's going to do about it. That's why. I'm looking through these comments right here, but yeah, I'm trying to help you out right here using a little bit of PFF. This is just like kind of like overall grades for the whole year. But I mean, it really does just come down to can you stop Josh Allen? I mean, that as far as stopping them, that's it, you know. James Cook ain't gonna do shit against us. They ain't just gonna all of a sudden, it isn't gonna be James Cook out of all these running backs that could have went off out of Josh Jacobs and all the, and you could even say Josh Jacobs went off because he had 3 touchdowns. But teams don't get 100 yards against us, and it ain't going to be James Cook that does that. So it's Josh Allen. Can Josh Allen do everything in there? Can he do it all? Because I think they're going to be in a track meet, and our team's going to score, and they're going to score touchdowns, and they're going to score touchdowns. And then there's going to score touchdowns. And if Josh Allen can keep up by himself, you know, we got our whole team. They're going to go out there. We're going to run the ball, and we're going to have play action working. I don't think that it's the Bills that's going to stop us. Not on defense. It's war games. It's the Lion Villain Report with your boy Russell Wayne. In the hizzle for shizzle. If Christopher Walken was here, he'd say it's the Lions Villain Report. It's a good show about football in the morning on the Villain Squad Facebook page at 10 a.m. You should watch it. It could be good for you. It could be good for you. It could be good for your life. Yes, good. Let the butthurt flow through you. Green Bay Packer fan. Making excuses all week. What a glorious week for a Detroit Lion fan. What a glorious week, because you got the Green Bay Packer fans out there crying about the referees of all things to the Lions. You could cry about the referees. Really? Oh, good Lord. Trying to help you out, Packer fans. It don't work. I mean, if anybody's deserved to cry about referees, look no further than the Lions. It's like, how many times do we have to continue to do this? Over and over again. And then you have the nerve to come at us talking about you got screwed over by the referees. I got a slide I gotta get in here for you guys, just so you guys, I know that I have it in here. I'll just put them all in. Help me out. But it blows my mind that we could go to that spot as Packer fan tears. It was the refs. It was the refs. It was the refs. It was the refs, right? It wasn't the refs. It wasn't the refs. It was the fact that you couldn't stop our offense. The refs. You guys, it's like it's the greatest week ever, because we're sitting here and we get to look at all of these different, these guys trying to justify that Jared Goff was in the middle of a QB kneel down. And just in this scenario, because we're Packer fans, when he put his knee down on the ground, he should have been down. It's like, don't you wish that was the rule? Oh, that's not what it means. Here's the meaning from it. I looked this up on Google. It's like Here, take it. Take those L's. Take those L's. Take them. Put them in your glove compartment. Put them up on your shelf. Hold those L's. Keep them tucked in your pocket. Put them underneath your pillow. Hold those L's. Caress those L's. Be one with those L's. Because they are L's. No matter how much you cry, no matter how much you whine and cry about the referees, and then they come back at us, oh, what about Decker reported? It's like, listen, we're not playing the same game here. It's like you are under the impression that those are the same things. The Decker reporting thing. You can't even really point to a spot that could give Green Bay the game in that game. It's hilarious to me that, you know, now we're going to talk about it being fixed and here we are. I guess that the Chiefs have been going through this for years because obviously it couldn't be that the Chiefs are good. Who is the MVP and why is it Goff? Paul, the MVP will be decided this week. The MVP will be decided this week. I'll look for my right one. The MVP will be decided this week. How do you slow down Josh Allen? I mean, that's going to be the name of the game. Who's the MVP? Whoever can win this game. Because I wasn't really sold on Jared Goff being the MVP. I thought a couple of weeks ago, I thought that he wouldn't be a good candidate to be an MVP because we have such a good team. Like, it's not just about, you know, the one guy. It's about the fact that the whole team is together is why. But I'm starting to believe in Goff as an MVP because of what happened this week. Because we were looking at this game with all of these different receptions to different receivers. And to me, that was the defining characteristic in why we won the game. Because when you're looking at that, you got five receptions to six different receivers. And it's like, and why is that important? It's because They stopped the run. David Montgomery, 14 carries for 51 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries for 43 yards, 2.9 yards a carry. Why is Goff the MVP? Because Green Bay did a good job. That's why. Because Green Bay did a good job. Green Bay stopped the run. And Goff proved why he was the MVP. Because how do you beat the Lions? Well, you got to stop the run and put it into Jared Goff and make Jared Goff beat you. And that's the thing. Is if you do that, Jared Goff's going to beat you. And he's been proven that. And it's simply because, he can dominate the times when they're going to attack him, because you have to allocate resources, more players stacking the box schematically to stop the run. And when you allocate other resources to stop the run, you make it less for Jared Goff to have to do his job. Now, is that an unfair advantage? I don't care. But Goff thrives in that situation. You're going to leave voids in the field trying to stop my running backs from running the football. And the counterpoint and why Jared Goff is the MVP is you can't stop it. You can't stop that. So, with that being said, how can you bet against the Lions in this game? The Central Scrutinizer says the NFL is a billion-dollar organization with gambling and technology available. There shouldn't be any missed calls. It's about integrity for the league, and something should happen. I mean, all right. Do you really want to do that? You want to put it all down to the technology, right? So we start putting it on technology. Do you realize that there might be a holding call on every single play? The thing is like they create a balance when they play these games. And the thing is like it's hilarious for me to see people crying about referees, because sometimes they do miss stuff. And I think that there should be a human aspect in that too. And not only how the game is played, but how it's seen by the people that are overseeing it. And you start putting that all in the automation. That's more and more control, the more and more rules. I like it better when they just let them play. They got too many rules in there now that are just like sub rules. Wish they did just let them play, but they got to protect the players. Slow down Allen with a big stick. Refs are human and they do make mistakes. Yes. We don't go 12-1 with any other quarterback. The Rams ran the ball well against the Bills. They did. And that's, to me, that's the determining factor right there. It's two really, really good offenses. But really it's more Josh Allen being a really, really good offensive player. And, they do have experience, playing these mobile quarterbacks and limiting them. I mean, they squeeze that pocket in and try to get pressure from the middle. They use their defensive ends as edge setters, and they try to get him to run up into the pocket. But Josh Allen's so big that he could run right through the middle of that defense and do something. So Josh has a chance to prove why he is the MVP. Yeah, the game would be about 6 hours with robots. It's like it'd just be too much. It's just too much. I like the replay assistance, for the refs. I don't like the, people coming in that aren't on the field. And there's stuff that happens too that's like, aggressive plays. They missed a unsportsmanlike conduct thing on Amon-Ra St. Brown earlier on Xavier McKinney in that game where he got shoved down, after the play was over, that type of thing, and they let it go. And at the end of the game, where they're being chippy and McKinney's helmet comes off, they let it go. I liked the way that they were calling this game. For the most part, there were a couple ticky-tack calls. If you want to call that pick play a ticky-tack call, then you have to call the Terrion Arnold pass interference in the end zone a ticky-tack call. But I like the way I thought that they were even going back and forth. Like the hold on Ragnow was a ticky-tack call. They had a couple unsportsmanlike type of thing. They probably should have called a unsportsmanlike conduct on Zadarius Smith for a club to the head. But they end up getting a first down anyway, and then go 3 and out anyway. So some of those plays that they're bitching about didn't really even affect the flow of the game anyway. Both these teams were overcoming mistakes in different things. So, I do. No, okay, now I understand this call right here. I'm sorry, John. If we let technology call penalties, we may as well let the game be games with robots. Play the game with robots. It's true. Yeah, and that's the thing is like I don't like it. This is the reason I don't like talking about referee stuff because that's what it gets into. It gets into a he said she said thing, and the bottom line was the game came down to a big nuts moment for your quarterback or for your coach. Big nuts Dan Campbell decides that he's going to go for it and not put the ball back into the hands of Jordan Love. And I can't even believe anybody would give him shit for that. Oh, he's too aggressive. How do you not kick the field goal? Do you realize what could have happened if you didn't get it? Yeah, you would have given Jordan Love the ball back. Out of the 3 scenarios that could have happened at the end of the night, Dan Campbell chose the play that had a chance to not give the ball back to Jordan Love. How do you even criticize that? How do you even criticize that? I mean, it's amazing to me. That's what you do. You have a coach that plays to win the game. He plays to win the game. How do you not like that? You're damn right I like that. He plays to win the game. You know what happens when he doesn't play to win the game? You remember Lamar Jackson? Having like 17 seconds. He drives the ball right down the field. Kicks a NFL record field goal to win the game. That's what you want to happen. That's the smart play, right? Give the ball back to him. Oh, yeah, that's pretty smart, right? How many times has Aaron Rodgers came back on us? And you're going to give this man shit for going for it and trying to put games away? I have two choices, right? I got a fourth down. I can kick the field goal and then be guaranteed to have many plays left. We don't know if you're going to do good. You don't know if you're not going to do good. You know, you can kick that field goal and then there you go. You're taking a chance. Or you can get 1 yard for the chance to end the game. Sit on the sideline, suck it, and then hit the field goal. I want that every time. I want my coach giving us control every single time. He's not reckless when he does this, guys. Even when he went for it on our own side of the field, he told his team that we are putting it on the shoulders of the offense. And when it was 4th and less than 1, you're putting it on the shoulders of your offense. Why? Well, because you have 4 players on your team that have only been there for 3 days. And he's got to take shit from national pundits. It's like, do you watch the game? Well, if you go for it on 4th down, you're going to leave yourself in a bad position. Exactly. And they live with it. Yeah, the one didn't work out on a 30-yard line. They gave him a short field. It turned into a touchdown. They took the lead. They did pay for it. That means they had to fight harder to win the game. But I try to help you out on this show because I don't want you to get caught in that trap. Well, I only want Dan to do it when it works. Yeah, I like the aggressiveness, but I really wish that he wouldn't do it when it doesn't work. Risk versus reward, guys. If there's an outcome there for me to knock you out, I'm going to knock you out. It's just like fighting. We have the Mike Tyson. We have the 1991 version of Mike Tyson as a football team right now. Sure, he takes some chances. Eventually, some team's going to be able to hit the jab like Buster Douglas did and be able to keep the distance and have a good game plan and be able to it will happen. But Tyson was an animal, man. This team is an animal. We are lions. This team's an animal. We're ferocious. We got a team that's going to go right after your jugular. Rob Parker. Well, if they lose, and then it's going to be because Dan Campbell sucks at coaching. You don't like aggressive coaching. You can say you don't like aggressive coaching. He's not a bad coach. What are you kidding me? You took the easy way out. You took the punk ass way out, Rob Parker. The punk ass way. You moved the goalpost past the Super Bowl. So now the only way that Rob Parker's wrong is if the Lions win the Super Bowl, in which he can just come on and be like, oh, wow, he surprised me. You took no chance with that. You took no chance with that. That took 0 balls. Stop trying to convince people like that's a take that's worth a shit. You put yourself out there. Yeah. I put myself out there. Well, if the Lions don't win the Super Bowl, then Dan Campbell's a bad coach. Because he takes too many chances. No, he goes for the knockout. If there's a chance for him to knock you out, even on their own side of the field, think about what would have happened if they would have gotten that first down. You're going to, drain the blood. I don't want Jordan Love out there. I don't want him playing with a chance to win. If I have a chance to separate myself, I'm going to do it. That's his mentality. It's not because he's reckless. Oh, well, I can't believe you're going to give a shot. Yeah, I'm going to give him a short field because I had a chance to drag them out into the deep waters. We took our shot. You took a big swing. Mike Tyson used to miss uppercuts. He didn't hit them all. But if he would have hit that one, they would have ran out the third quarter and they would have been continuing to drive the football against a defense that really couldn't stop them. So you're damn right. He took a chance on there. That's not reckless. Oh, by the way, it worked. It worked. We've been over it all this week when it comes to the clutch plays. You want to put yourself in high pressure, tense situations that are game changing. If anything, all of these 4th down plays are getting them ready for the playoffs. It's conditioning them to level their blood pressure during pressure situations. People are so hot and cold on Dan Campbell, it blows my mind. Is he going to win Coach of the Year? All the way down to Rob Parker saying that he's one of the worst coaches in the NFL and he's holding the team back. To me, that's letting Dan Campbell know that he's made it as a coach. When it's so polar opposite with the way people feel about you, you're doing something right. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's a shoe-in to win to win Coach of the Year, and I think that he can lock it in. I think Dan Campbell can lock in Coach of the Year with a victory over the Buffalo Bills. And it really wouldn't matter what he does for the rest of the season. And I do think that they're going to dump truck the Chicago Bears. I really thought the Chicago Bears would be playing differently going down the stretch, but it looks like as if their team has given up. That sucks because they got a lot of talent on that team. But what are you going to do about it? Dan the Gamble. Rob Parker is just a troll trying to boost himself. Yeah, but he brings up the interesting conversation, though. He wasn't the only one that was down on him. The NFL doesn't know what to do with a guy like Dan Campbell. They think that it's just inevitable that he's going to gamble it away. That the Lions are going to be in a really, really good shot to, win it all, and then he's going to take stupid chances when it matters. That's what they're afraid of. And that might be something worth being. I don't know if it's, I'm not concerned about it. It's within the style. It's almost like, watching Mike Tyson back in the day. Because you're wondering when it will end. It does. When you take too many chances, sometimes it does end in disaster. But the thing is you can't prove to me that it wasn't the right decisions. Because even in that NFC Championship game, gosh, man, you get those fourth down games, and that game is different. And the plays were there. The right plays were called to end that game. I mean, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And there was a lot of luck that played into what San Francisco went through. You can't tell me anything different because you had a ball bounce off of a face mask that he should have just knocked down or got out of the way of because it was an overthrow, and that was game over. Those are the type of things that happen. But I'm not going to fault him for either one of those. Those fourth down and 2 right to Josh Reynolds on his hands. Two out of 3 of those fourth downs should have been converted. And you just got to have the right players to pull that off. In the biggest moments of the biggest game, you got to have the guy that makes the play. And I think that we got a group of guys that will make the plays. Got the best offensive line in the league. You got the best running backs. When it matters the most, those guys will come through and they'll be able to get that 4th and 3, that 4th and 2, 4th and 1, 4th and inches, whatever need be to close somebody out. That's what we want to be able to do, is close people out. And I think that we can close out the Buffalo Bills. I think our defense isn't going to be able to stop Josh Allen all the way. But I think they'll be able to stop him enough. I don't think they can stop our offense. I mean, we'll call it is what it is, right? That's why I think the game will be another high-scoring type of game. And I think that the Lions can pull away and they can win by more than 10. I think they could pull away. And I don't want Josh Allen in the end of this game. I think the Lions have to figure out a way to get further than a couple scores ahead and keep them at arm's distance. Honestly, I think that's the way that it's going to have to be. And the final score will be something like, like 42 to 35. 42-31. And it gets pushed away in the fourth quarter, just with a touchdown that puts it back out to like 17, and then Josh Allen comes back down and scores again. That's how you're not gonna be able to stop this guy. I don't want to be in a game with him at the end of the game. And if they have a chance to run the clock out or finish it on offense, this is another one of those games. Don't expect the defense to go out there and stop Josh Allen to win the game. How do you slow down Josh Allen? You don't have to stop Josh Allen. You got to slow him down. We got a couple guys on our track team. They're going to have a hard time keeping up with us. We just got to slow them down for a little bit, Hinder him out of the gate. Just confuse him a little bit, like they did with Jordan Love. Jordan Love got it together by the end of the game, but if you can, scheme him into a couple mistakes early and get out ahead, get yourself ahead by 10. That seems to be the recipe for the Lions to win games against these super teams, because it's war. It's war for the next 4 weeks. Division foes, 2 division foes coming out of the last 3 weeks. And then San Fran's looking like they're playing all pissed off right now. What are we going to do? Well, it's the Lion Villain Report with your host, Russell Wayne. That's me. And I'm here Monday through Saturday. This has been the Hump Day preview. Brought to you by NFL Shop. Get your Lion swag. This is one other thing I love about Restream. It's a little bit easier. Put that in there. Like that. It's faith, family, and football. It's in that order. We use football to spend time with our family. We use football to create memories. We don't let football use us. Thank you, everybody, for watching the broadcast today. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing the lock picks with Main Event Mike. Going to see how I did. I'm pretty sure that we both won again, so we got our records a little bit better. He said I was 7-5, so I guess that would make me 8-5. I believe that I won. Taking Cincinnati, winning more than 5 points. But may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, everybody, for watching the program today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace and love.
Hey, yo, the lies so that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, canvas open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like Sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes wet.
Focus on the mental, never lose like a smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose when I get to, never lose smooth on the move, but it's simple.
Never give up and we running it, maybe. We just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision and pay me, it's never this way. We indigenous, maybe we winning this crazy.
Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity,